What's up, y'all? Welcome back to News in the City, where we get down to the nitty gritty. If y'all are just now pulling up to the city, then please be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell down below so that you guys can be updated and notified as I'm dropping my content. I am that guy Ty, and I come to you with all of the news, gossip, celebrity talk, all of that good shit, reviews, anything in the city. We're gonna talk about it over here, okay? So just be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you guys can, be in the loop of what's going on. Now, what I wanted to come on here and talk about with y'all today is the review for Joselines Cabaret. This is gonna be season 1, episode 3, and it really wasn't much. Now, we did get a little bit more character development, which is something that I'm grateful for, because I wasn't sure how they were going to spin the show. Like, I'm still a little confused on a lot that surrounds the show, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit more clarification slowly but surely. Now, in the opening scene, it opens up right where it left off with Joseline in this struggle trying to get these women together for this cabaret. She's on this same, script, because I'm sure that's what it is, but she's on the same script about her, ladies, let's be ladies, and everybody, this is this weird back and forth. Like, you have Daisy and you have Chastity over here feeling like they're better than Lucky Hustler and Jade because of what? I don't know. Everybody's on the same motherfucking show. Sometimes y'all are on the same motherfucking stage and doing the same shit to make y'all's money. So it's just like, don't knock another person's hustle because it ain't that far from what you doing yourself. You get what I'm saying? Now, they're basically called, you got Daisy and Chastity over here calling Jade, Raggedy Ann, $2 hoes and all of this shit. And she gets up and she leaves because she realizes she don't got time to deal with this shit. She actually has money to go make and, mind her own motherfucking business. So after they get over that, you have Lucky Hustler. She starts telling us a little bit more about her life. I did not understand why she thought it was a good idea to tell Daisy and Chastity. What should we call them? I need a motherfucking nickname for Daisy and Chastity because I can't keep saying Daisy and Chastity. But anyways, she starts telling Joseline about, how, she went through all of this stuff in California. She had a guy that, left her, stole all of her shit and everything. Then she met a dude named Chaz on Instagram, and he was basically like, let me take you out of your situation right now. Come out here to Miami. So even when she got here to Miami, she didn't know if, she was going to be killed. She didn't know if she was going to be able to speak to her family again. She just took a chance, and Chaz ended up being, a good guy for her. Now, they're not official or nothing, but she has a weird relationship, and I think that she doesn't want to say that he's her pimp. Most of them are saying that these fellas are their managers. Whatever the fuck that mean, that's usually just the pimp. Now, Chaz is 51 years old. Now, everybody have their opinion about people dating older, especially when men date younger. That's definitely a question of ethnical concern. But I just feel like, do what if y'all got an understanding, then y'all should be able to do what y'all do, and whatever makes y'all happy, I'm cool with it. After that scene, you get a scene with Joseline and Ballistic. Now, Joseline is still pressuring Ballistic to go ahead and get this motherfucking wedding popping. But it just reminds me, the fact that she keeps begging and talking about this wedding, it reminds me of how her and Stevie J faked the whole wedding. And it's just like, bro, y'all sat up here and pulled the wool over America's eyes for about 5 seasons on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And then you're going to come on your own show and do the same shit. Let that man marry you when he... I'm not saying when he gets ready, but it's just like you pressuring him makes you seem as thirsty as you were with Stevie J. That's all I got to say about that situation. So she's also telling Ballistic about how fucking Jade reminds her of herself from Love and Hip Hop because you have Daisy and Chastity bullying her. And Joseline said that she was bullied on Love and Hip Hop. Joseline, baby. You were not bullied on Love and Hip Hop. Now, you may have been called a homewrecker. You may have been called cocaine a couple times. But sometimes you had a whole season where you were just fucking with people. You was fucking with Carly. You was fucking with a bunch of Mimi. You was just fucking with people, pissing them off that whole season. So I don't really want to hear it. But at one point, Joseline was the underdog. I'm not going to lie. So she sees herself a younger Joseline within Jade. She gets emotional about that because she doesn't want these girls bullying her and taking advantage advantage of her when they don't know her true story. So fast forward, that's when we get into the scene with Lucky Hustler and her mans, and basically he seems like a cool dude, but it's just he is older. So his question is like, ain't nobody gonna come up to me and say like, why are you with this girl, because they don't know what I might do to them. But people may come up to you and try you like that, so you got to have an answer to that. And she was basically just saying, well, this is the person that I have grown to love. This is the person that I have grown to know and has taken me out of a situation. So regardless of what anybody think, this my dude. They're not really saying that they're really together officially, but we can all hint at what's going on. It may be a little storyline plot where he does come out as her pimp. We don't know. But yeah, that's basically the story with them. And then following that, we get a scene with Joseline. She's about to go pull up on Jade at her work spot. Now, this is where it gets a little, what's the word? It gets a little bit more interesting, because I feel like there's so much character development happening within this episode, and it's not just the cabaret. Like, I'm tired of hearing about that shit. It's more so, what does the cabaret, what are the stories behind these women? You get what I'm saying? So we learn a lot about Jade. We learn that she is a prostitute. Now, I put that together a long time ago, but she's irritated with Joseline in this moment because Joseline has pulled up to her on her work spot and brought the cameras. So now she feels like Joseline's giving out free game. Like, bitch, this is where I make my money. I don't need no other hoes walking up on this strip and taking my tricks. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is my spot. This is where I make my bread. Like, I got people to feed. So she's pissed at Joseline, but they're able to get over that and, kind of like talk it out and really get down to the nitty gritty. And I just feel like Jade is really hurt. And her mom had passed away, so she's left with, taking care of her family and being there, supporting her dad and her sisters and all of that, and still having to work this lifestyle and not be around them. So in a way, she really does miss them. And, she just needs her family. Sometimes I can tell when people, how they move, or just in general, like, you just need people that truly love you and want the best for you. And that just is what it is. And I feel like that's really what Jade needs. And it is nice to see that Joseline does have her back and not just letting her be out here by herself, because even though she can, it's good to know that somebody is in your corner. And I feel like every person needs that on some real shit. Everybody needs at least one person that is truly there for them and is for them. But moving along, we find out that Jade battles depression. Like, she has a lot going on. So for Daisy and Chastity to just be coming at her sideways for no reason, really, it's fucked up. And I just feel like Chastity and Daisy really are the most insecure. Like, they are beautiful women, but they are very insecure within themselves. Because if you got to tear down another person, y'all listen to me right here, because I'm giving out free game. Fuck what Jay got going on. If you got to tear down another person to make yourself feel better, then you are insecure as fuck. And you got some shit that you need to reevaluate before you get on national TV making yourself look crazy. And that just is what it is. I'm excited more so. I'm not finna cancel my Zeus subscription just yet. It was finna get canceled if I got one more episode of the fucking cabaret, just them trying to get it together and fighting over it. I'm happy that I'm getting to know these characters a little bit more. So, you know what? Zeus, y'all got my little $3.99 for one more week, but we gon' y'all, are we hanging in there with Zeus? Who just got a Zeus subscription that's just there? Like, they never getting rid of Zeus, because I don't feel like they have the content that I'm looking for, really. And that's fine. I'm just going to unsubscribe. They're just not going to get my coin no more. But we all love our Puertrican Princess, so I had to, see what it's talking about. But who's still hanging in there with Zeus? Y'all still got y'all subscriptions or what? Let me know down below in the comment section what y'all thought about this episode. And yeah, like, what do y'all feel about Jade and her situation as well? I would really like to know. If y'all have not already, please be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that y'all can be updated and notified as I'm dropping my content. But yeah, I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.